is Kim Seok-hyang. Last name is Kim, and Seok-hyang is first name. And my name is very difficult to pronounce even for Koreans. So, if you feel very difficult, don't feel guilty. That's natural, okay? And I briefly introduce myself and then start to talk about people's life from North Korea. I'm graduate of Ewha Women's University long time ago. I don't remember anymore. That was 83, yeah, February 83. I graduated Ewha Women's University. My major is sociology, and then along the way a lot of things going on, and then finally I got my PhD in the States, University of Georgia, major in sociology, and then came back to Korea, and also a lot of things happened, and then I joined Ministry of Unification in 1997 through 2005. During that time, South and North Korean relationship is sort of better than now. So I have lots of chance to go North Korea, a lot of parts, like Cheongjin, all the ports through East Sea and West Sea. And then Kaesong Industrial Complex and Kumgangsan. And I was sort of a teacher to South Korean staff over there. So it's like a regular type of thing. So I don't remember, frankly, I don't count how many times I went to North Korea. A lot of people are asking, maybe like 50 times or more than 50 times. I don't really count on. Anyway, so I saw people's life in North Korea with my eyes. And that's very, how can I say? It's not just shocking. It's kind of sadness and shocking, of course. And also, many times I feel like I do want to do something for them. And I don't know how I can make it better. But still, many times I really think, if I can do anything for them, I will do. And on and off, every once in a while, I remember people's eyesight when I went there, like a small kid and a woman who dragged the baggage longer. It's taller than her height. The baggage is really big. It's taller than her height, and she is like dragging that big baggage on her back, and like this, and she's like dragging. And I was in the car, bench 190, old bench, and my eyesight contact with her eyesight at one moment. And I cannot hold eyesight for a long time after that journey. So It's like that's really something for me in my life. This part, North Korea, people in North Korea and people from North Korea, that's like one of main part of my life, and I have to do something. So that's why I'm here. I'm terribly busy now, but I have to be here because you are here, and I need to talk about their life. Okay. So this page, I just want to point out one thing. The last line, can you see? That's my email. So, which is very easy. My name is very difficult, but my email is so easy. So you can talk to me through email anytime if you want. Okay. This is what I'm going to talk about today. How many people are leaving North Korea, and why they are leaving their hometown, their country, and how many of them are living in South Korea. The reason I'm saying this is because I don't have statistics from other countries like, USA and Britain and Australia. There are some, very little, but they are there. And I don't know how many of you realize this issue. So many women are leaving North Korea. I mean, the number of women who are leaving North Korea is far, far higher than men. And why? That's what I'm going to talk about. And I'm figuring out two factors, push factor and pull factor. The reason those women are leaving North Korea, okay? And their life. After defecting North Korea, what is their life? How's their life? Their life is, I guess, in one sentence maybe, a life of discontinuity. Okay? So that's the topic that I'm going to talk about today. If you have any questions while I'm talking about this issue, just raise your hand and I'm going to answer first and then go on. Okay? And now, how many people are leaving North Korea? No statistics. The answer is there. No statistics there. Then means how many people have left so far? When exactly they have left North Korea? No one knows. What we know is many people have left North Korea, and some of them, a big part of them, are currently living in China, and some of them are leaving China again and to other countries, and finally they came into South Korea, and little part of them are going to United States and Britain and Canada maybe and other countries. Okay. The only statistics we have now is, the reason I'm saying this is because I'm Korean and I know Korean government gathering this information and make the table. And the other information I know is United States so far has 192 North Koreans. I mean, USA government accepted 192 North Koreans as, I'm not sure, they issued a green card or, citizenship.
Refugees?
Maybe. Some of them are now U.S. citizens, and I guess all together, like refugees, green card, and U.S. citizens, all together 192 people officially living in the United States. That means unofficially, we don't know. And as far as I know, in Britain, the number is about like 700 or 800 people from North Korea are living in Britain. And that's about it. Other countries, maybe Netherlands, few people, about like 10 people or 20 people. And maybe Belgium, less than 10 people. I'm not confident with the numbers, but the small numbers. And the only statistics I can say to you is Republic of Korea government gathering the numbers, and that we will see the numbers soon. And why they are leaving North Korea? It's kind of older data, but so far not much things has been different. So anyway, first of all, their family members who are living in the South are calling them through Chinese mobile phone, and then tell them, why don't you just come out from the North and live together here in the South. So that's one of the main reasons they are leaving North Korea. And their family members and their close friends are collecting money here, and make a plan and buy broker people, and then send them to the North, inside of the North, and contact them and persuading because a lot of people are not saying yes at first. So I don't want to go, it's too dangerous. I don't like to be risky, kind of thing. So they are saying on and on and on, and then sometimes they retreat and then go back to again, and so that's one of the reasons they are coming out from the North. And the other main reason is just go to China and make some money, and I'll go back to my hometown, my home, with some money. So they don't plan at first to defect North Korea, and they just go to China and make some money and go back. That's their plan. Okay? So, and then when they go to China, things are not going as they planned, So sometimes female defector can be sold to several people, with not, they are, it's sad to say so, but, their price, it's not that high. Like, I don't know, maybe anyone knows Chinese yuan? How much? Like, 5,000 Chinese yuan? 10,000 Chinese yuan? How much is it?
I think it's 10 yuan to $1.
Yeah, it's 10 or 11.
No, it's 6.3. I was just there.
So how much is
Yeah,
it?
So 5,000 is just under 800 US dollars.
Yeah, that's about it. So maybe like, $1,000 their price. So, they can be sold. So things going like this. And then another reason is I was well off in North Korea and I'm happy with my situation and I'm very proud to be, at high position or whatever. And then all of a sudden, it's going to be a police member is chasing my family members or myself, and I'm going to be in jail soon. That type of risky situation are happening. Then they have to, flee from North Korea because this arrest or punishment is not like United States or Korea. It's not just jail thing. You can be shot to death. And you can be in concentration camp for the rest of your life. And it's not just you, your family members, whole members of your family, like, even young children. So things are different. This kind of punishment, legal punishment, the hardship of legal punishment, it's not just what you think in your country. So they have to flee from their country. And then small portion, but I think it's very meaningful. Some people are saying that I am well off. I have not been in hunger for my life in the North, not even once. And I have political power, and I have a good family background, and I am at a high position. Yet, I don't feel any freedom. That's what they are saying. It's like especially in their 30, early 30, late 20 type of young people, they are eager to enjoy their freedom. And that type of freedom is not there. You cannot dye your hair. You cannot wear, short pants, whatever. You have to cut your hairstyle certain type of hairstyle, and you have to wear your clothes certain way. So sometimes one of the person told me that I feel like suffocate at some point. I have to go out. So that I have to flee. I have to do something for my life. That's what they are saying. And the other thing is okay.
Sorry. What's the difference between to go to South Korea, the fourth category, and the other ones? Or I guess.
Well, I think it's like you're right. Some of them to get family help and then go to South Korea. But what I'm saying to go to South Korea is they are also a small portion of people, but they are planning to go South Korea for long time, like 10 years, 5 years or at least 2 years, 1 year. So they are planning how to go there and how much money I need to prepare, and what kind of equipment I need to get. So that type of people are to go South Korea. And I just met one young boy. He's like 24 years old, and he is he's planning to go South Korea for 2 years, and he got small ship, fishing ship, and then get map and also GPS, which is forbidden in North Korea. You are not freely getting GPS in North Korea because you may be like suspicious person. So it's kind of forbidden, but he is saying he is persuading his higher position people that I'm going to make money with fishing job. So I need to GPS. And if you let me have GPS, then I will make money with fishing job, and I will give you some portion, like 10% or 20% of the total money. So that's how he got GPS, and then he was like practicing fishing job at another person's small fishing boat, and then finally he left. So he told me 2 years planning and what he has done throughout the whole process. That's very adventurous. And for children, some of people are saying that they are usually like in their late 40 or early 50. They are saying that, my child is just now 20 years old or 18 years old. He just got out from high school in North Korea, and he's brilliant and she's very smart. And she's going to get this type of job, the job I have now, and I don't like it because you cannot say what you think, and you cannot choose what you like. You have to do whatever the Kim Jong-un, the leader Kim Jong-un is saying, and I don't like the situation. My life is almost ending, and that's a very strange thing, but people from North Korea, in their age is about like 40 something, then they are saying that my life is over. I'm old enough, so I'm going to I'm going to close my life soon. So my life is almost ending, but I'm living now for my children. So I met one woman who is very brilliant, aged 40. So I encourage her to get MA degree here at Ewha Women's University, and she didn't start early because she said, I'm 40, so I'm almost, retired now. What do you mean retired? my life is my life is almost ending. That's what they are saying. So I ask her, push her, just think about once more, and now your life, the remaining life, is full of surprise. If you want to pursue the new goal, then you can do. But I'm not so successful. It's very difficult to make them move forward. Okay. Anyway, so some people are defecting for their children, and that type of small portion. With that type of small portion, I see some hope. People in North Korea are slowly changing, and maybe we can have some hope in the North. Hopefully, in near future. Okay, this is the number you can see. That number is North Korea, people from North Korea who are living in the South. Okay, can you see the number? Yeah. So now it's about, that's last year. So now it's about like 30,000 people who are living in the South. And the other thing I want to point out is the ratio of female defectors. 2002, year of 2002, 55% of women, among the whole numbers. And then 2006, that goes up 75%. And since then, it's about 80%. So 75% through 80%, So 8 people out of 10 from North Korea are women. So why? And I didn't show the older data here, but when you see this, 1998, that's not just 1998. From older date and throughout to 1998, the ratio is just 12%. So before 1998, most of them are men, and now many of them are women than men. Okay. Okay. Before 1998, the defectors, people from North Korea, are mostly men in their 20s, 30s, early 40s. And they are coming alone to South Korea. And then after a few years, they got married here, South Korean woman. So they have their family-in-laws. Okay, so social connections they have. Although there are lots of problems, but that type of issue is just solved within family connections. And now, female defectors, the number of female defectors are increasing, and they want to they want to have their family members here. So they are trying to get everything possible, you know. They are doing every possible way and try to get their children from the north. So children comes first. Okay?
So if someone leaves North Korea to South Korea,
Uh-huh.
like, do they not punish the family of the person?
Ah, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. Okay. If you go back to like 1945, 1994, 1995, you know, until 1998 maybe, your family members is defecting, go to South Korea, then, you know, your whole family is going to concentration camp almost right away. But now things are different because so many people have left the north, especially if you are living the borderline, China, North Korea borderline. So many people have already left. So if you punish, if your government, North Korean government, city government punish that people, that person's family, then the whole city is going to be ghost town. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, specific city, like, you know, Hwaryong, city of Hwaryong, and Musan, and Chungsong, Wonsong, that is like the line, borderline. That area, it's like almost every family, every family has at least one defectors. If you are talking about like 2006 or 7. So you cannot punish all the people. If just, you know, one or two case, then you can punish that exceptional case very harshly. But if that number goes up like 4 or 5 cases out of 10, then how can you like remove the whole family? Can you do that?
So it doesn't seem like that many people though are leaving.
That,
That people in North Korea.
you know, the 30,000 people, they are living in the south. But the whole number, we don't know. Like, you know, the people have left the north, and then they are living in the in China, and that number is much bigger than we think, and of course, much bigger than 30,000. We don't.
Get to China, like, is the border as protected as the North South
Sure,
border?
that's correct. Now it's the border is very. Chinese government. I don't know.
Isn't it like if you get caught in China and you're North Korean, they'll send you back to North Korea, right? But you go to South Korea.
But not our case.
Once you go, right?
Not our case.
Not all.
Yeah,
So when do they allow you to stay in China?
they are not allowed, but they don't detect. With they are not eagerly detect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the reason is because a lot of North Korean women is getting married with Chinese men in rural area. And they have children there, and they are living sort of happily ever after. Okay? So it's not that simple. It's not that simple, you know. But if you are a woman who are living with Chinese men in China and have a children, and peacefully live so far, like maybe 10 years, then you are in trouble. Like, you know, you are making big money, and your neighbor is jealous of you, and you know, some kind of confronting, you know, it's like they are fighting each other with some items, like, you know, commercial items. Then this person, this Chinese person, go to police, Chinese police, and this woman is from North Korea. Then Chinese police member have to do something.
Like even after she got married to
Sure. Yeah.
they don't get any like China citizenship.
That's very well. That's very case by case. If your husband is really loving you, and then you know he is willing to pay a lot of money for you, then they paid. I mean, like they are bribing. You know what I mean? They are bribing police member and city government people, you know, the relation people, and make not. It's kind of true citizenship because a person who died and not yet deported. You know what I mean? A person, there's a dead person, okay? There's a dead person, about same age. You have to be, you know, about same age, right? And this family has not deported yet, okay? So your, how can I say? I mean, you know, your record. Right. So that's a stealing, but you know, you have to pay a lot of money, so it's not just stealing. Okay? So then you have your record, right? I mean, I hope you can understand what I'm saying. So it's just very case by case, you know.
Do a lot of North Koreans are interested. They speak. Sorry,
I know
speak Chinese. Like, do they learn?
sure, yeah.
Like, is that the most common?
Oh, sure. When they just, yeah, that's important. I like your question. That's very important. When they just write to China, most of them, like 90% of North Korean women cannot speak Chinese. So, you know, if they are sold to a person, to a rural farmer, then they cannot flee away because they don't know, they don't speak China, they don't write China, you know, they don't know the you know, information around, you know, the village and the city information at all. So they have to be there. And some people are happy and some people are very, you know, in trouble. And along the way, they learn, like 5 years, 10 years, then they can speak China and without any problem. Some people are making money, you know, like get a job. So.
I think they learn Russian as a second language in North Korea. That's what they learn.
Yes, until 70 something or 80 something. Still, in school system, Russian as a second language, but no one want to learn Russia because they know, English is better than, English is more powerful than Russia, and so, but North Korean government cannot provide enough number of English teachers, so they have to do something. So some people so in your school, 5 class English teacher is there, and then 2 class Russian teachers. So you have to. So it's like lottery system. You are going to be in Russian class, then you have to learn Russia. Yes?
So,
Can we go? Yeah, it's okay.
similar to the last slide and this slide, I think you talked about how 1998 was a really important year in terms of more women coming in rather than men. Is there something in particular about?
No, it's not just 1998. Can I go back to the last? So it's not just 1998. Actually, North Korean defectors who are living in South Korea, it starts like 58 or something, 1958, 1956. The oldest member, although the number is very small, like, one person per year or so. And throughout 1990, every year we have like 10 or 20, like 50 people, the 50 North Korean defectors who are living in the South. And most of them are men. And 1999, 2000 and 2001, altogether, more than 1,000 members, and then the women's ratio is about 40 or so. So it's not just 1998 only.
Right, I understand. I think my question is more, is there something in particular that made that shift happen?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about it. That's fine. Anyone knows about, since you asked, anyone knows about like Adios March? That's the official term, Adios March. Hardship of North Korea, like famine in North Korea. Do you know anyone?
The famine.
Yeah, the big famine.
Really farming.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Right. It starts 1995. Throughout 1998, North Korean government, we are not saying that. We are not the one who make the term. It's North Korean government. North Korean government say that we are in Adios March. We are in trouble now. So we have to cope with this hardship. Okay? During that period, throughout 1995, throughout 1998, during that period, we don't know how many people have died. If you know Hwang Jang-yeop, I'm sure you don't know. He's a famous figure who is making 주체 ideology. North Korean ideology, although that ideology is famous for Kim Il-sung's name, this Mr. Hwang is the one who is really making the whole, structure of Juche ideology, and he defected in 1997 to South Korea. He's like a symbol of Juche ideology, and he defected to South Korea in 1997, and he said, I don't know how many people have died in North Korea, but as far as I know, because he's one key member in North Korean government, so all the information goes him, okay? And he said, as far as I know, 3 million people in North Korea have died during the period. That's what he said. So, and I don't know the exact figure, but I have interviewed with a lot of people from North Korea. So far, 150 people. I spent a lot of time, to take interview with them, like basically one person, like 3 or 4 hours. I'm talk, and I'm asking a lot of questions, and they are answering. And they said during that time, like 1995, 96, 97, the hardest time is 1996 or 1997. During that time, every morning, on the way to go work or school, people have seen a lot of, maybe like 10 or 5 dead body along the way. And wherever you are living, if you go to the main railroad station, then a lot of dead body are there, and people are just sitting there, just in their extreme hunger and asking food. So that type of situation is over there. So that's why 1998, 97, it's kind of switched time, and women in North Korea have to do something, They have to sell everything that they have, including their body. It's like, they are going to approach broker people that I'm going to China. I need money. I have to feed my children, and I have to pay, something for my family. So, can you sell myself to China? That's the situation. Okay. So anyway, when they come to South Korea, they are eager to make money because they have to get their children from the north. So they need to buy broker, and every once in a while they need to send money through China to their family in the north. And then after children, they want to get their parents from the north, and their siblings, like sisters and brothers, and then their husband, and also, since women are coming to South Korea, they got pregnant, have baby, young children, and that type of issue is also together. So that situation is a little bit different. Men who are in their 40, 30, 20, coming alone and get married and have a family network here, and all kinds of complex problem is solved. That's the older situation. Now the whole situation is different. We have to, South Korean government have to take care from, children, fetus, through whole life setting situation. So that's our situation now. Now, why women are women's defection is more often than men? I find out two factors. First of all, push factors. That's the thing I told you to this lady's question. North Korea have a lot of good things, like sex equality law in 1946, and they are saying that all men and women are equal, and all the good things over there. And every year they are celebrating this special law, but baby girl is not welcomed very well. And husband in each family is kind of king. So he's a master, and his wife is kind of servant. And I asked my interviewee, they are saying that woman once get married, woman's life is full of discrimination, a lot of things. So I asked them, can you refuse? Can you say no to your marriage? Can you live alone? Not getting married? And they said no. And why not? You just said, your life after marriage is not good at all. And so if I were you, I don't get married and live alone. And they said, no, it's not. You're a woman. You have to have your own master. So can you be your own master? That's what I'm asking. And they said, no. You are just a woman. What do you mean, just a woman? That kind of talk is alone. So they somehow in North Korea, they have to get married, and then their husband, woman's husband, is master of this lady, and that's and then. When I asked them, do you think women in North Korea are equal men? And they said yes, right away. It's like, when I push the button, the can is just following. It's like if I ask a question, do you think they are equal to men in North Korea? They said yes. And then they start to talk about, I was not welcomed by my family members, and when I was in school, in high school, my performance is better than my colleague, male colleague. Yet I cannot be the highest position, kind of thing. So their life is very difficult in North Korea. And then this comes in 1995, okay? So audio smudge. Before audio smudge, in North Korea, male member, husband is master of this family, and he goes to workplace and get lice ticket. That's how you can survive. Okay, so you have to, if you are a man and married man, you have to go to your workplace. Otherwise, there's no other way to get rice. Because in the market, you cannot allow to buy and sell rice. Okay, so that's a North Korean government have a PDS system, public distribution system. Okay, so you have to go to a workplace, and then this audio smudge comes, and North Korean government do not distribute rice anymore. So what you do? Go to market. Who? The woman, yes. So now, the breadwinner of your family is not husband anymore, because your government do not distribute rice anymore. Now, all the burden for your family's survival is on your shoulder, woman's shoulder. Can you see the switch? So people are saying that if a woman is smart enough, then your family can survive. If a woman is not smart enough, then your family member go to hell. That's what they are saying. So all the burden for your family is on your shoulder, and then since North Korean government cannot distribute rice anymore, women can resign their position from, before audio smudge, many women is going to workplace like men, but now women can resign if they want, because they need to go to market. But men still have to go to workplace because North Korean government want to control its people with household system. So the head of household, men, can be controlled. That means the whole member of your family can be controlled. That's what North Korean government was thinking. So that's why women can resign their position and go to market. So at first, they start to sell all the things in your household, like whatever you have in your household, and then bring that thing to market. Problem is, so many people want to sell their stuff, and so few people have money to buy it. Anyway, they are going to like market bustling. So that's why women's defecting start. Chinese people coming to North Korea, and then do you want to go to China? And if you want, you can. I can send you to some place, and then you can send some money to your family. So that's how it starts. Okay. Okay. So the other factor, North Korean woman. When I have to say this, I feel sorry, but I have to say that demand, you know the demand supply, okay? North Korean woman, the demand of North Korean woman in China is like, you know, they are there. Because if you, I don't know if you remember the one-child policy in China. Do you remember? That was very strong, like in 1990s and 80s also, 70 something, you know, it starts. And then it officially ended last year, 2015. So that means so many baby boys were there. Like since, I don't know, maybe, you know, 30 years, 40 years ago, so many baby boys, and then so few baby girls. So now, if you are a young boy who are living in Beijing or Shanghai and make a lot of money, no problem. But if you are young boy who are living rural area and, you know, and you are poor, then it's almost impossible to get your spouse. So, if you know the Chinese and China and North Korean border, that area, Chinese area, east north area of China, there are a lot of young men who are older men, like, you know, in their 40 or 50. They want to get married, yet they cannot find a Chinese woman. So that's how buy a North Korean woman. Okay. So, in China, although I don't want to admit, but, you know, woman, North Korean women are target of human trafficking. So that's why a lot of broker people go to North Korea and then they look around who can be the target. Okay, so they approach to a woman, do you want to go to China? And, you know, I can give you this much of money and you can, you know, support your family with this money. So that's how. And then, yeah, this kind of prostitution is all over in North Korea and also in China. And it's a way of survive for them. So this is more brighter side. That was a dark side of pull factor, and now we are going to little bit brighter side. Korean TV drama and K-pop and, you know, that type of thing. And then also the right, brighter light. This thing, one of my interviewees told me that I was really fascinated the Chinese border, Chinese side, the light bulb, because our side, North Korean side, is really, really dark. And that side is very bright. So, and then so many people went to China, and some of them are arrested and came back to North Korea, and their fashion and their skin tone is really far better than, I mean, I remember that person, how he was or she was miserable when she and he was here in my neighbor. And then after 1 or 2 years or a few months, this person went to China and came back, and all of a sudden she just changed it from toe to top, like the clothes she or he is wearing, and all the things. And skin tone is very important. They are saying skin tone is far brighter than he or she was. So I was really curious, what is there in China, and what's the difference? That's what they are saying. And now I don't know how many of you know this kind of thing. MP3, MP4, MP5. Do you know the older things? And another thing is note-tel. Do you know note-tel? All of you know notebook, right? So you bring the notebook. And note-tel is almost same, but without computer. You can see the television and music is there, all the things, but not keyboard and not computer. So that note-tel is like sort of designed for North Korean people in China. You know what I mean? Chinese people made this type of special item and sell to North Korean merchants, note-tel. So that means you can see TV drama and K-pop and whatever, so this kind of thing. So they start to have a curiosity. What is there in China and in South Korea? And I want to go there. And then after they defect, after they have left the North, their life. What I'm going to say is that life has never been easy for women in North Korea, and even they left the North. Life has never been easy. And I told you their life is miserable in North Korea, and I never think that photo is gone. And then the way defecting, China and other countries to South Korea and other countries like USA and Britain, it's never been easy. And let me see if I can. And do you know if most of North Korean defectors have experiencing this life in accommodation? That's what I'm saying. Like sort of concentration camp in Thailand, like and then other countries. Like they go to China and then go to like Laos, Vietnam, and Cambodia, and go to Thailand and go to South Korea. That's a route. So when they are in Thailand and Laos, they are like confined in a specific room. So their life in there is not easy. And then now they start the new life here in South Korea and other countries. And the most difficult thing for them is to make their own choice. Some of my interviewees told me that, I want my boss. I want to have my boss who is telling me, do this, do this, do this. Then I can be a good person. Now, I have to make my own choice, which is very difficult. That's what they are saying. So sometimes they make wrong choice, not so good choice. And they are very easy to be the scapegoat of all, I have to say, liar. There are, wherever you go, there are not so good people, right? Good people and bad people, wherever you go, you can meet. And usually those not so good people are good at saying that, I'm the one who can solve all the problem. Okay? So when I see that situation, I cannot trust that type of person. And I told them that, not to following this person's advice. I don't think he or she is not a good person, yet they are following. And then, after some time, like, few months or 1 year, 2 years later, then come to me that, he's liar, she's liar. That kind of thing are happening almost all the time. So that's very difficult for them to make a right type of choice for their life. So what we can do? That's my question. This is the last page that I prepared for today. So I just want to hear if you can do anything for their new life of discontinuity. I just want to make one point. People from Harvard, especially people from Harvard, because you are USA citizen. While I was preparing this lecture, I was thinking the ultimate reason, what is the ultimate reason for these North Korean defectors have been that much difficult? I mean, their life in the North and their defecting course and their life in the South and other countries, life of discontinuity. Anything has not been easy for them. And what is the ultimate reason for their difficulty? What do you think? It's Kim Jong-un, Kim Jong-il, Kim Il-sung? I think it's division. If no division is there, in 1945, Korea was divided into two, North-South. And if Korea was not divided in 1945, then there is not, the North Korean defectors, the term itself we don't need to learn that term itself, right? And Korea is there for how many years? You know, before the division, we were one country more than 1,300 years, and all of a sudden it's divided. And the issue is, no one asked Koreans, do you want to be divided, and do you want to live in a divided country for more than 7 years? And all of a sudden, it's just divided. And so far, a lot of people, you know, why Koreans have to pay that type of difficulty? Because we are different. German was a war crime country, right? But actually, during the World War II, Japan was a war crime country. Korea is a colony of Japan, and then Korea was divided. Why? I think to me, it's a really, really big question. And sometimes, every once in a while, I'm arguing to God, why? I think God has done something wrong to Korea. So you have to think about this issue together. That's my last comment for you. Okay? Any other questions? Okay. I think it's done. Yeah.